Okay, hey everyone and welcome to a brand new Class 66 Rocks Loco review. Now in this review I'm going to be taking a look at a HO scale American locomotive. I've been after one of these for quite some time, and 3 times on eBay I placed a bid on various sellers' items for the same model, and each time I lost out. But this time, on the 4th attempt, I landed lucky and I managed to get hold of this loco because it was one that I was really after. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we've got today then. So as we can see today, we have a Kato model. As you can see there, it says underneath Precision Railroad Models, and it is a GE AC4400CW, and as we can see it's in HO scale. So if we now turn the box to the side, we can see we have the model number, which is 376472. It's in Canadian Pacific livery and has the road number 9567. And it is made by Kato USA, as you can see. So let's take it out of the box and have a look at it. So I've just placed the box down for a minute while I take the lid off. So as we can see, it's protected by some bubble wrap rust here, so what we're going to do, we're going to take that off. And as you can see, there it is, the GE AC4400CW. So let's take this out of the box and have a proper look at it then. So I'm very slowly going to lift it out, like so. And before I show you that, I'm going to just show you these detailing parts and bits and pieces that we've got in the box here with it. So as you can see, we've got the detailing. This would probably be like the handrails, etc. I'm not going to open them all because I don't want to drop them on the floor. Now what I might do, I might detail it before we move house or after we've moved house, because I'm hoping to get the umbrella workstation soon. So I'll have something to put this locomotive on so that the parts don't go all over the floor. So that's a pain in the neck when you just tip the parts out on a table and then you end up losing half of them. So let's have a look at this then. So as you can see, we have the instructions for the GE AC4400CW. Obviously you've got part numbers on here. It tells you a bit about how to disassemble the body shell, installing sound decoders, etc. And we also have a parts list, I think it is. So as you can see on the back, we also have a price list for the parts and an order form, but it is all in American dollars. So I don't think we'll be ordering any parts. So that's that out of the way. So now let's take a look at the locomotive itself. So as we can see, here's the locomotive. We'll just turn the box round to the back actually to see if there's any holes on it. I'm going to hold it there, and as we can see there is. So what I'll be doing now, I'm going to be putting my hands through both these holes and very slowly lifting the locomotive out, like so. So what I'll do now, I'll just unclip this piece of plastic off the bottom. So it's not too light and it's not too heavy, so it's in between, but it is good for pulling. The more weight you have, the better it performs really. So the reason being that I had this particular locomotive, not only was it CP rail system, but because we have the Canadian flag and the American flag on the side of the bodywork. You'll just have to excuse my puppy if you can hear her howling a bit. I've just had to put her in just while I film this review. So we'll start with the front of the locomotive. So as we can see, the basic locomotive is in red. There's a bit of black featured on it and some white here and there, but as you can see on the front here, we have the windscreen we also have the lighting. I've not put a decoder in this or tested it yet, as when it came I just looked at it and I had to put it in the box till I got around to reviewing it. But over Christmas I am going to be doing a bit of work on my locos, probably just running them on some track that I might make up in my room just till we move house. So as you can see, we have the headlamps just there, like I say. We have the CP lettering in the middle there, and we also have these handrails going on the front here. I'm going to touch them gently as I don't want to snap them because they are very flexible on these types of models. On the bottom here, I think, are they called cow catchers? I used to call them snow plows, but I'm sure other users have said they're actually called cow catchers. But if you do know and I've completely got it wrong again, please leave your comments below. So if we turn the loco around to the side now, as we can see, we have 3 sections of windows on the top half here. We have the road number, which is 9567, and underneath that, if I can just bring the camera in to see that, we can see we have the word AC4400, and there is actually another word there, but I can't actually make it out. So as we can see, we've got some grill-like effects just there. Moving along now, we can see we have the words CP rail system in white, and as I mentioned, which I particularly like about this particular model, we have the Canadian flag, well, the Canadian leaf I think it is, just there, and we also have the American flag just there. Now I think they do a CP rail one as well, just in red without the flag on, but I had this obviously because of the flag. It just attracted my attention. Because of my Union Pacific AC4400CW, which has the American flag on. I like those sort of things, so hence the reason why I purchased this. So as you can see, all these holes here are where the where the walkway rails, etc. will be fitted eventually. As we can see on the back of the loco, we have some extra grill effects, as you can see, and we also have a little wheel just there. I think that might be to an engine room, but if some of you HO American modelers do know, please leave your comments below, as I would be interested in finding out. Before I turn the locomotive round, we can see that we have 6 wheels on either bogie, on the front and on the back of the loco, and underneath here we can also see we have the fuel tank, which is just here. So moving the locomotive round to the back now, obviously we can see we have the steps where the driver walks up to the locomotive. That's on the left hand side, and we also have some here on the right hand side. As we can see on the back, we have the lights just here, and we have the road number 9567, and we also have again the front handrails, I think they're handrails, or walkway rails, whatever you want to call them, on the back. Now what I did fail to mention on the front, yep, it also has one on the front. What I failed to mention is we also have a KD knuckle coupler, I think the KDs, on the back and on the front, but because this locomotive is all like a dark black on the bottom, I failed to notice it on the front. So, turning the locomotive round to the other side now, again we can see we've got some nice etched grill fan effects, well not fan effects, grill effects rather should I say, on the back here. Moving along, again we have the CP rail system logo, and again the American flag and the Canadian leaf design of the flag on there as well. Moving towards the front of the locomotive now, we can see again we've got some grill effects just here and down here, etc. And we also have again the road number 9567, as well as AC4400 and the 3 windows of the cab just there. So moving round to the roof section of the locomotive now. So I've just turned that slightly. As we can see, we haven't got too much detailing on the front here, but I think you can feel where it's been riveted, because there's like a rough sort of effect on the top half here. Moving along, we can see we've got a bit of basic detailing around here, but when we start to get towards the back of the locomotive, we can see we've got some horns there, and we've got this little silver rectangular object here. I'm not too sure what that's for, but if you do know, please leave your comments below. And on the top half of the roof here, we've got some very nice etched grille effects, and these make the locomotive really stand out. Now, one question I have to ask, maybe the American railroad models will know, and my good friend Danny, who is now Trains Big and Small on YouTube, if you could tell me why exactly the roofs on some of these locomotives are like that, I'd be interested to find out, because I'm planning on visiting America hopefully next year on holiday, so I'll be able to film and see some of these locomotives up close, but it's just something I've never really known why it's shaped like that. But that's it basically, the Kato GE-AC4400CW in Canadian Pacific livery. Sorry for the bit of the stall there. I just had to actually look at the box because I nearly said CP rail, and got it mixed up with another rail company.